So, student loan forgiveness is paused. Pause, son. Pause. In this bill, and just in general, like, I don't understand why average people side with billionaires. They're okay with Wall Street getting a bailout, but everybody else, it has to be personal responsibility. Even though, like, the personal responsibility part, the person, that's actually going to affect your community way more. It just drives me nuts.
But they're not okay with Wall Street getting a bailout. They're not okay with anybody getting a bailout except for themselves. But the reality is, you've got to realize at some point, certain decisions are going to impact you in a certain way. And that's all, right? It's not to say, oh, you should agree that doctors should get a bailout or you should agree that Wall Street should get a bailout. I don't care whether or not you agree with that. I'm just saying, understand what the consequences are and don't complain later on because you've been affected. Be careful what you wish for because you just might get it.
Hey guys, what's good? Welcome to another episode of Docs Outside the Box. I'm your host, Dr. Nee, trauma surgeon, podcaster, entrepreneur. And in this podcast, we answer all your questions about money, medicine, and what's going on in pop culture. I got my lovely co-host, my wife, my ace.
Tired,
Dr. Renee. How you doing?
Tired.
Now, you're tired. So just so everybody knows, I just got back from an 8-day straight or 9-day straight stint of locums, mainly because, I'm going to be, what do you call it? We're going to be in Ghana doing a medical mission trip. And, so I've been front loading the schedule. So I'm working hard, but she's at home with the kids, which anybody who spent a lot of time with an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old, that's hella work. And it's camp season now. So
it's camp season.
You want to throw in a little bit about what you're doing right now with them?
Well, it's camp season and it probably wouldn't be so bad except that the travel to one of the camps, because they're not in the same camp for different reasons. But
COE, share it. No, I'm teasing. No, share it. No.
But the travel back and forth is part of what makes me tired. There's not a lot of time, in the window of when I go to drop them off and then when I have to go pick them up. And I have started exercising again. So I'm still doing my walks. So by the time I get home, there's like maybe an hour or so that I can do something before I can start, getting ready for my walk. Then I walk and then maybe there's another hour. But in that time, I have to shower.
That commute is 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that commute is 45 minutes.
Shower, and then I have to go pick them up again. So honestly, if I'm looking at my day is actually maybe 2 hours that I'm not doing something else, right? That I can't, I'm not doing things potentially for the podcast, or that I am, doing things for the podcast in that 2 hours.
How long does a mailman need?
Or, shut up, me. That I'm doing stuff for the podcast, maybe 2 hours. So my day in terms of productivity to be able to do stuff without some sort of commute, either driving or walking, is like 2 hours. So I have like a 2-hour day now.
Yeah, that's not enough time. That's not enough time. Especially with all the stuff that we're doing. It's just sometimes you just need like a couple of hours by yourself.
Yeah.
Just to decompress when you specifically are sending them to camp, right? That's the whole point of you send them to camp so they have something to do. They're not watching TV. They're not on video games, even though we don't do video games, but they are doing something that gives you a little bit of some time to do something that you want to do.
Or that I need to do. It's not so much things that I want to do. It's some things that I actually need to do.
But without getting into too much semantics, the things that you want to do, need to do, things that you do.
Yeah.
Right? Without the kids being around.
Yeah. I need more than 2 hours. Yeah, I need more than 2 hours.
I get it. And people who are listening, they know, right? The parents who are listening to the show, single parents, dual parent households, but you're still a single parent. You know what I'm talking about. Hey.
Can't be a dual.
I know, but there are.
No. Let's get into that. Into it real quick.
Hold on, because there was, real quick. So, Nelly and Ashanti are back together.
Yes.
They have a TV show together.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
And the first episode, they're expecting a baby, or they already have a baby.
Oh, she delivered already.
Yeah, the first episode, he made it clear they're eating dinner.
Uh-huh.
He makes it clear. He says, listen, Ashanti, I don't do diapers. I don't do, poop, anything like that. I'll hire anybody to help you with that process. Once the child has grown up a bit, we could throw the baseball together, all of those different things that I want to do to make sure that the kid is not pooping. I want to be there for that.
Okay.
Thoughts on that? Is she not a single mother at that point?
No, she's not a single mother. She's absolutely not. So, I don't know if we've said this on the show before, but this idea of a married single mother, right? Because the thought process is, well, but I do everything in the household. I do everything for the kids. I do all these things, right? And I'm going to tell you, there's probably only one scenario in which the married single mother, phenomenon is true.
What's that? Get to that one, because we know what you're going to say with the other one.
You don't know what I'm going to say.
Get to the point where...
So the only scenario in which that is true is if you are married to a man who is not working and who literally is just not on his way to getting a job anytime soon, has no desire to work, and he contributes nothing in terms of maintenance of the household or caring for the children. At that point, he is purely a dependent, right? He's purely a dependent. That is the only scenario in which a married single mother is true. That's the only scenario.
Look,
anything else.
Better be careful. The gig is up on these therapists trying to give all this information on the internet. So just know.
Anything else, this is my opinion. Y'all can agree, y'all can disagree. Don't matter to me. It's my opinion. Anything else is likely not true in terms of married single mother. Could you be somebody who is taking on way more of the responsibility of caring for the home, caring for the children? Absolutely. But the reason it does not make you a married single mother is because if your husband is working and is contributing to the financial well-being of the household, then you are not a married single mother. Okay. Sorry. Because me, that term really insults the fact that single mothers are out here taking on the financial burden on their own to maintain their households. They don't have another income.
So for the record,
help maintain.
So for the record, you've never said in the house that you feel like a single mother?
No. I've always said, I don't know how single mothers do it. That I have said. I don't know how single mothers do it. I remember when my kids were...
Renee,
and
you under oath right now. You saying that you've never said that?
I never said that, Nee. Stop playing. So why are you potting right now?
I'm not potting because
yes,
I know I have a feeling that you've said that in the past.
No, you have a feeling.
You have.
No, I have not. I've never
Guys,
said that.
Guys, the reason I say that is because this woman right next to me, my co-host, my lovely co-host who I've known for well over 20 years.
Don't say lovely. Don't say lovely then move to insult me.
This woman
in the next sentence.
Moves in hyperbole.
I don't move in hyperbole.
She moves in hyperbole. There is no moderation. There is no medium. There's nothing like that. So when she gets frustrated about a situation,
that is
everything
not true,
gets described in its most extreme form.
That is not true.
So
I'm I'm careful with my words too. So what I have said is I don't know.
I wish people who are listening could watch on YouTube and
mothers
see my face.
Do it because they have the burden of doing all of the financial maintenance of the household, and they have to take care of the children. The first time I ever said that was when we had a snowstorm and you were not home, and I had to take the kids to daycare. And I was like, okay, well, now I got this baby and this toddler, and I have to clean the car off.
What'd you say?
I'm like, how does a single mother do this? Especially if you don't have, our backyard, our car is right in the backyard. So I can just throw them in the car and just do it. But what if you live in the city? Like how I grew up in the city? You got to, go through the snow, get to your car.
Gasoline.
That's crazy. I kudos. Hats off.
Listen, before we get into this show, I do want to ask you. You want to start off on a bad
And I should
note?
say single parents, not just single mothers, because there are
Okay,
single dads
we
out
off
there.
that topic. So, do you want to start off on a bad note, or should we go?
We're already starting off on a bad note because you sitting here lying about me on the podcast.
All right. So, guys, trigger warning. I do want to talk about Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Listen, this is something that is taking a lot of people, causing some grief, causing some just moment to pause and stuff. And if you don't want to hear about this, we're not going to go over it for a long period of time. If you feel like you need to fast forward through this, I definitely get this. But, this weekend, Malcolm-Jamal Warner, or excuse me, the weekend before this, Malcolm-Jamal Warner, actor, musician, podcaster. You didn't know he had his own podcast.
I did know that.
Probably best known as Theo on the Cosby
Theo
Show.
Huxtable, yeah.
Passed away at the age of 54. He was swimming with his family on the ocean in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently this ocean or this part of the beach, rip currents, rip tides are a big deal. And something happened. He went underwater. They brought him back, and unfortunately, they couldn't bring back life. So I'm just gonna say this as someone like me and you grew up in the 80s and in the 90s. Excuse me. I was going to age you, but 80s and the 90s, that this guy definitely was a staple of what we saw on TV.
Absolutely.
Right? For me, the best TV show when I was growing up, The Cosby Show.
Absolutely.
For me, the best of the kids in terms of acting. Mm-hmm. I really, really appreciated his range. I was shocked when I saw this. And we're getting to that age now where our childhood heroes or the people who we watched on TV are either, having these type of accidents, unfortunately, or are dying of natural causes because we all getting old and stuff. So,
yeah.
The one thing that I wanted to say is, I think the reason why I liked his character a lot, and I have here as a special note, the character was actually inspired by Bill Cosby's real son, Ennis, mm-hmm. who passed away also. Mm-hmm. And, I'm not going to get into conspiracy theories, but Bill Cosby had one son. Mm-hmm. He died, tragically. And obviously he had one TV son, dies tragically.
Yeah.
But Ennis was the inspiration for Theo, who Ennis had dyslexia. Theo notably had dyslexia on the show, which he was able to overcome, become a teacher, and that's what happened at the last, several seasons on the show. So, it's
yeah, it's really, really sad. So there was a report out that gave a few more details, and apparently, his daughter was with him in the water.
Yeah.
And I guess some surfers noted that they were struggling. They were able to get the daughter out. They were able to get him out as well, but I guess he had gone under the surface long enough such that they couldn't revive. Now, there were two doctors who were on the beach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there were two doctors on the beach who gave him CPR for over 40 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But unfortunately, he wasn't able to be revived.
Apparently, he was a really good swimmer.
Really?
He was a really good swimmer. And it lets you know if someone like him, who's a really experienced swimmer, I think drowning is one of those things that we don't talk about too much. Right? We see a child, unfortunately, drown in like a backyard pool and stuff. But, whether you're experienced or you're a novice, drowning is a big deal.
Yeah.
And for someone like him, we're talking about rip current and rip tide. Like, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. And it's something that we need to talk about. I think the emergency medicine docs who are listening right now, the trauma surgeons who are listening right now, and even the critical care doctors right now, this is something that we see a bit often. And it's something that we should share with the audience. And if anything, you know me already. For me, what we do is we learn off of people's deaths, So for me, I just want everybody to realize how important it is for water safety training, how important it is for CPR training, AEDs. Those are super important. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about real quick is he was a big proponent of mental health, right? He, in his podcast, he talked about that in other podcasts. he talked about mental health and how it was extremely important. He really focused on mental health for men, right? Because that's another silent thing that men struggle with.
Yeah.
Particularly men from, our demographic. We don't really talk about it much for many reasons, taboo, money-wise, and a whole bunch of different things. So
that's good to see that more and more men actually are talking about it. Now, it's not, it's still got its connotations, but I think that there are more and more men who are coming out talking about their mental health issues or just talking about mental health in general, right? I mean, I know a lot of times people are like, raise the price of podcasting equipment. Because everybody and anybody can have a podcast where they can say and do anything. But one of, I think, the benefits of having regular price podcast equipment is that you do have men who are of our demographic, who are talking more about mental health. So I think that's been a plus.
just don't share your social stuff, like your dating stuff. Like,
what do you mean?
oh my God, yo, like the dating.
That's where to raise the price on podcasts.
The dating advice is horrible, but I got some notes real quick here about water safety tips because I'm an okay swimmer. I probably can stay afloat until someone picks me up. I'm not an experienced swimmer.
You couldn't save my life.
I couldn't save your life. You're going to have to die.
Oh my God, Nee.
Wait, if I can't swim, I don't understand.
Okay, but you ain't got to say that.
All right, listen. Swim near lifeguards whenever possible.
What kind of husband is this?
Avoid swimming alone. Always have a buddy. Don't be jumping in that pool by yourself. Don't be jumping in that
ocean.
In the ocean by yourself, guys. Have someone there who can always have clear sight of you.
Yeah.
Learn how to spot and escape rip currents. This is big, right? If you're caught, don't fight it. Swim parallel to the shore until you're out of the current, right? So a lot of times people say, well, what does it look like? I have some resources in the show notes where you can, see pictures of it. But basically the rip currents are the ones where you see like the water, you see like really like white water, like the foamy water on one end.
Yeah.
And then you see foamy water on another end. And then in between it's clear.
Yeah.
And it's like something is going on in that in-between area, guys. So you got to be careful about that.
Yeah.
And then the one thing I didn't know this, they showed this, I had to look this up. They showed this at the ocean or at the area that he died, the beach that he died, a red flag. I don't even know what that means. But respect warning flags and stuff conditions.
So
red flags mean don't go in, right?
Yeah, red flag. I think there's red, I think there's orange. There are flags that essentially beach officials will put up to say, here is the safety condition at this particular point in time on the beach. So yes, definitely pay attention to those warnings because a lot of times those red flags, they have to do a lot of times, I think anyway, with rip tides or rip currents. So yeah.
Yeah. Now, with mental health, I have some other notes. Listen, I have in the show notes, we have the 988 number, the crisis lifeline. Make sure you use that if you need it, right? This is for people who are struggling. If you need something to reach out to, make sure you check that out. We have the National Alliance on Mental Illness. We have a place where you can find therapists. That's Psychology Today. There's online therapy. We've worked with BetterHelp in the past, but that's a good start. And then there's griefshare.org, and that's basically where you can get support if you're grieving through something. So other things, too, is you can visit the American Red Cross safety page. That's in our show notes, as well as the National Weather Service Rip Current safety page. And that'll give you all the different pictures of the rip currents out there, what to do, videos of people who've gotten through it. So I went and checked it out myself. I learned a lot of things. So I would say check that out.
I think it's great, that we have our kids in swim classes, right? I think that's great. I think if you're able to invest in teaching your children and or yourself how to swim, I think that's good. I think, though, that there's sometimes this false confidence, and not saying in this case of Malcolm-Jamal Warner, because I have no clue, what his swim experience was. But I think that there's sometimes this false confidence that people have that because they can swim in a pool, they can swim in a lake, that they can swim in the ocean. And the ocean is a different.
Oh, it's a different
just
animal.
A different beast.
That's a different animal.
Right? It's a different beast. And I wonder, I don't know, somebody write in, I'll look it up as well. Like, and I know that there are, you know, like surf lessons and things like that where people actually do learn better how to handle the ocean. But I wonder, like on a larger scale, are there classes that teach people how to swim in the ocean?
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Specifically.
I'm sure there are classes. I'm sure there are classes on that.
But they're
stuff.
just not advertised as much, I don't think.
No.
At least not here on the East Coast. I don't know about the West Coast. Not here on the East Coast.
I'll say this and to just end with Malcolm-Jamal Warner, I would just definitely say, guys, like we could learn something from this. And I would say if someone you know is struggling with mental health, or let's say, for example, you just want to learn about, you know, some classes like what you're saying, you know, start there. Go to the show notes, check that out. He left us, with a lot of memories. You know, my favorite episode.
Denise!
So your favorite episode is
Gordon Gartrell.
Okay.
Gordon Gartrell. Come on.
So
hit us with it a little bit, Alfred. Give us a little Denise!
Denise! It's over, isn't it?
My favorite episode is so I'm stuck between the bacon burger dog.
Oh, bacon burger dog.
Yeah.
Bacon burger dog.
Yeah, I'm stuck between the bacon burger dog or the one where he kissed the other girl and they had to beg Justine to come back.
Oh, Justine.
Yeah. Those are my two favorite episodes. I'm not sure which one is more fun, but just a lot of memories.
Yeah. Dance Mania, that's a good one.
He touched a lot of people.
Yeah.
So guys, let's learn something from it. Make sure you check out the show notes. Get some help. If you feel like this resonated with you or you think it may resonate with someone else, share this portion of the episode with someone else.
All right, guys. Next up, we're going to be talking about how student loan forgiveness is paused and how the big, beautiful bill was actually signed into law. So stay tuned for the next segment.